your life and my life. And I'm telling you, if you have not realized, you realize that so much is happening in this year and you don't want to be left behind. You don't want to come to the place in your life where you begin to regret 12 months from now. What did I even do in 2024? What was my life like? There's so many of us that have run so many years in our life without even keeping track of what we did in it, because so many things we did in it was just things that was very hard for us, and it put us in a place of just being confused and not fully, like, we didn't play out, we didn't play all in those years. But 2024 is a year that God is calling us not to do it like those years. I don't know which year was that in your life, but there was a time in my life where I was just living, and I was living with one purpose. I was living with one thing. And if it's not going my way, I was not 100% happy, because I thought it was supposed to go like this. And that is what we are shifted in this new year. That is why we're taking all this, opportunity to come to you to prep you for what is ahead. And those simple things that don't mean nothing to you is actually what you should pay attention to, of which one of them is what I'm going to touch up this morning, which is what gratitude practice. I didn't just say thankfulness. I said gratitude practice, like practice to be grateful, like regardless of what it is, right? You say, let the weak say, I am what? I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done. It didn't say because you're feeling it. It didn't say because you had to. It didn't say whatever. It just said because of what God have done. And what God have done is bigger than what you're looking at right now. If you think about the mercies that He has shown you in the past, and begin to think about where you are right now, that you're not letting go, you're not actually playing full out in your days and in your months and in your years, just because of what situation or circumstances happening. But when you really take time to be grateful, to have some gratitude practice, to know that God did that anyways. Look at that 10 years ago, look at what God did. Look at that 5 years ago, look at what God did. Look at how my child came. Look at how I started that business. Look at how my life was running. And you begin to live in that gratefulness, begin to cultivate it as a habit. Thank you, sister. Thank you, whoever is online. I can't see you, but I see that you're there. Blessings upon you, blessings upon your home. Wherever you're tuning in from, let me know. I want to know where you're tuning in from. And if you watch this letter, make sure that you put replay, because I want to know. I want to know who is tuning into the wave that God have in this season. I want to know who is ready for the new them this season, because I'm telling you, I remember being in the ministry, many years ago, when I had the opportunity to just, be at the pulpit and speak to sisters, to brothers, speak to a congregation. And at the end of the day, I was so fulfilled that God gave me the grace to do, things like that. But when we moved, there was no pulpit, like that to kind of like speak to people. And every day I focus more on the things that I see, and less on the things I don't see. But God used COVID to begin to show us a new shift that He's about to make, or He made in that season, where we now realize that we can reach even more people on a platform, on a platform like this, that we would have reached them if we just had to go to the church or to the sanctuary or whatever you call it. And to so many people, COVID was a bad news, but to so many people, COVID was a very great thing that happened in their life and make a shift in a lot of things they did. And to people like me, 3.5 years ago, joining into the network marketing, being online and, being present right where the people are, I realized that COVID was bad. Yes, you might think, because people died. Yes, it's bad. But at the same time, COVID opened a lot of both spiritual eyes and physical eyes to so many new things and so many good things, not just the bad thing alone. The death was bad, the sickness was bad, the suffering was bad, but the eye opening, the ability to know that we could have see one another, like the sister that just said blessings. Maybe she's in Trinidad, right? And there's so much into me. There's so much into what we're doing. There's so much in my organization. I'm in their life, like daily. They see me daily. They don't have to come to the United States, or I have to go to Trinidad to see them like those days. So COVID was able to actually make people come more online and now make friends. And most people that have used online usefully have been able to even transform their finance, transform their spirit, transform their mind, grow, and become something greater for themselves. But to somebody who begin to pay attention to all the wrong that happened in COVID, there was nothing good about COVID. But to somebody else there that have a spirit of gratitude, there was just so much thing, and even now they can look back and said, I am grateful for whatever comes into my life, because it's not something to kill me, it's something for me to either grow me or help me learn or help me get to where God is calling me to be. Because many of us love comfort zone. That is the problem. I nearly said the church love comfort zone. The people that go to church love comfort zone. You might be wondering what's going on with Pastor Joy lately. Yes, what's going on with Pastor Joy is that the Spirit of the Lord have decided to be speaking to me differently, like I had allowed him to do in the last 6 years. Not that he was not willing to speak to me. He was willing to speak to me. He's willing to talk to you. He's willing to guide you. He's willing to lead you. But you're not allowing him because you let the circumstances overcome all your decisions and just take over you. I was there this morning trying to wake up, and the Lord began to speak this language over and over. Time to overcome limiting belief. Time to shake out all the limiting belief, because they're not helping. They are destroying. They are not helping, woman of God. They are taking you back to who you are not. Meanwhile, God is using circumstances to produce the real you that the world needs right now. They're not helping. They're not helping. Doubt is not helping. Right? Self-doubt is not helping. Not believing in yourself is not helping. So what do? You begin to embrace the things that are going to help you grow. They're going to help you become the exact person that God have designed you to be. Right? And that is why, as simple as this topic is something we should pay attention. Because staying in a place of gratefulness, a place of gratitude, practicing gratitude daily is going to help you overcome even fears. Because you will realize that God have done it before, have a tendency to do it again. So why am I afraid? I didn't even know how he did it in that season. So likewise now, I don't know how he's going to do it now, but I believe that he's going to do it. The word of the Lord came to me this morning in my closet, and he says something like this: if you don't believe it, don't preach it. If you don't believe it, don't preach it. Because every word that proceeds out of your mouth, if you don't believe it, is hard for somebody else to pick it up and run with it. It's a spiritual thing. The word we speak is powerful. The word we speak is alive. And if it's something that is not alive to you, how do you expect that somebody who is picking it up in the spirit is going to run with it? It don't work so. We live in a place that God has formed in principle. And the earlier you begin to think about it like that, the better. I came this morning to give you the second day as we prep ourselves into a master class that we're going to have next week. And I'm serious about it. You want to be in that room of that master class, you know why? Because it's going to be what I call an impartation. We're going to make sure that you live differently. We're going to make sure that the Spirit of the Lord teach you differently. We're going to make sure that we empower you the right way. If you're not ready to live your purpose, it makes no sense to struggle. But if you're ready to live your purpose, come into the room. And these are the days that we're going to walk. We are walking you through these days to prep you on how to come into the room. So yesterday we told you, set your intentions. Before you come into the room, make sure that you know your intentions. Before you come into any of my events, I'm sorry, sister, brother, especially the women, godly women in business. Make sure that you know who you are, who you want to be. You understand the passion, the purpose that God has called you here for. And that is why we are prepping you with these days, to make sure that you come in your right mind. And what am I saying? Today we are looking at gratitude practice. Let's start our day with a heart a heart full of gratitude. Take a moment to reflect on the blessings in your life, no matter how small. Then list 3 things you're grateful for every day. It could be the warmth of the sun, a kind gesture from a friend, a simple, a simple something like gift. Like simply the gift of a new day. Simply the gift of a new day. Come on. Remember, practicing a gratitude has the power to shift our perspective and fill our hearts with joy. And I wouldn't even bother tell you what joy does in people's life. For me, joy helps me sleep. To all of you looking for medicine to put you to sleep, come, let me sell you joy. Be in the room in April 3rd. I'm serious. You're going to see how the Holy Spirit just free you. Some of you can't sleep. Why can't you sleep? Whether you sleep or not, that will not make that bill pay. You can't be paid without your lack of sleep. No. When you begin to count the blessings of God, you say, count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God have done. Count your blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Hey, let me go sing that song. Let me go sing the whole full song. Hey, count your blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Hey, my God, my God, my God. Guys, as I said, it's a very short, quick word the Holy Ghost dropped. And it's the second day. Remember, our masterclass is going to be April 3rd, and you need to be in the room. I'm serious. Get to the room. April 3rd from 4 p.m. I did it so that those who are working, it might either be a close of the day or you're about to close, but you have to be in the room, guys. Let's unlock, let's unwind, let's redirect our energy to the right place. We need it. Right now, there's so many things I want to just suffocate you. But if you let those things do that, then you'll be in a bad shape. Sickness take you over. You look older than your age, and all manner of things happen to you. But if you allow your inner man begin to, work for you and grow in whatever that is going on in your life right now, you're going to see a new you begin to spring forth, and you'll be amazed how the things you could not do, you just see yourself doing them. Because why? You've allowed growth. You've allowed the circumstances to be a learning, to be for you and not against you. And you are learning as you go. And that is going to help you get to where you want to go. So be in the room and let's do this masterclass together. I'm serious. Guys, it's our season, it's our year, it's our time. And what is your assignment today? I have it right there for you. I'm telling you, don't be in the room. Don't be in the room if you're not ready for the new you. There is not for everybody. It's for people who are ready to drive their passion their passion to propel them to a place of greatness. I'm serious. We all have a passion, but how passionate are you to that passion? Jesus died. They call it a passion of Christ. What was that? He gave himself for us. He was so in love with us that he actually sacrificed himself through his Father to us. What are you willing to sacrifice, child of God, for that passion, for that purpose, for that business, for that ministry, for that call that God have over your life? What are you ready to sacrifice? That is the question. So many of us just want to sit down and have it for. God is going to teach you anyways, whether in a nice way or in a hard way. But whatever call you have over your life, he's going to bring you to it. And whatever it takes to bring you to it, he's going to do it. Come on, wake up, wake up, change the mindset. And before I go, as I said, oh my God, the assignment today is begin your day by listing three things you are grateful for. Reflect on the blessings in your life, no matter how small. That is the assignment. But hey, before I go, I want to use these few minutes to just thank my team yesterday for an amazing, amazing call they had yesterday. And most especially to our diamond, the lady with the diamond heart, Kelly Taller. And it was such a blessing. I was so happy yesterday for what happened in that team. And I really want to thank everyone of, we call ourselves global team diamond. We are like the global diamond leaders. So global diamond leaders, wherever you're seeing this from, whoever shared this with you, I want to say thank you for yesterday. You're my number one list in my gratitude practicing this morning. I bless God for you guys and for my bestie. Oh my God, God bless you guys. You guys consistency, you guys support, you guys love. It's just so mind blown how you do it, especially my Trinidad team. I want to say thank you. My ambassador, who is now in Georgia, I'm coming to Georgia. I want to let you know that, but I haven't tested you. I'm going to see you. You guys have so rocked, right? And ladies in Georgia, I'm going to be in Georgia. I'm serious. I'm going to be in Georgia next month. I just wanted to tell you guys to know that, and I'm going to have this video everywhere. If you're in Georgia, you want to see me, I am going to be in Georgia at the end of April, 20 something. I don't know the exact date right now as I'm here, but I'm going to be in Georgia. I'm going to be in Georgia in April. And I seriously want to meet anyone that want to meet me in Georgia, because I'm going to be at the feet of one of my mentors. And she's just been a blessing for the rest of the year. But this hour, I want to especially thank my team, my team global, diamond leaders. You guys rock, and I'm really grateful. And the second thing in my list is, see, I'm practicing what I preach. I want to thank God who connected me and my husband. And the very first day I landed in Nevis and felt secured for the first time in many years after leaving my father's house. I want to say thank you to my husband, who had just been the best creation God could have made for me. I'm telling you, I don't know about you, but I'm so blessed. That's what I'm saying. Count your blessings, name them one by one. You will see that you will surprise you what God have done. That is the second, gratitude I had. This he always my first, but this morning I wake up with my team in mind. And also the third one, I want to thank especially my children who have just been working with me as I go through this growth process. And those were my gratitude practice this morning. I really give God thanks for these three aspects, these three areas of my life: my team, my global team leaders, global diamond team leaders, my husband who God, dropped for me and made a way. Is a long story. I will tell you someday. Made a way for it to happen. And for my children who have just been amazing, colorful, and been working with mommy for all these years. So guys, that's it. Write your three what do you call it, gratitude. Put them down. Put them down if you want to, or have them on your head, and just thank God each day. Three things that you remember that God did, and you're grateful for it. Anyway, until next time, is your Reverend Joydore, Pastor Joydore, whichever one you know me to be, is your sister, is your joy, is your coach, is your woman. And I'm going to see you guys again tomorrow as we continue to walk these days of making ourselves ready for the masterclass and also for our lives. We really need to have a rethink and start believing rather than doubting. And the more you give God or speak to your environment how grateful you are, the more you realize that your life open up. We even said it here. Let's embrace the abundance in our lives and speed positivity, wherever we go. The heart of gratitude is going to help you